The United Nations announced that it is collaborating with the African Union to synchronize their development agendas, namely Agenda 2063 and Agenda 2030, with the goal of ending conflict on the continent and enhancing representation at the United Nations.
Let's say that 2030 might not be a realistic date to end, violence on the continent, but violence will continue anyway. Because we think that we have to handle the structural reasons of violence and conflicts in our continent. And this will take certainly time. That's why we have what we call Agenda 2063. So in the slogan in Agenda 2063 is the Africa we want, peaceful, prosperous, and integrated.
Secretary General Antonio Guterres said that the United Nations strategic partnership with African Union has resulted in a unified framework for peace and security.
Today, Africa is home to too many conflicts and too much suffering. In Sudan, I'm gravely concerned by recent reports of mass atrocities and gross human rights violations in El Fasher and worsening violence in the Kordofans. The flow of weapons and fighters from external parties must be cut off. The flow of humanitarian aid must be able to quickly reach civilians in need. The hostilities must stop, and I call on the Sudanese armed forces and the rapid support forces to engage with my personal envoy for Sudan, Ramtan Lamamra, and take swift, tangible steps towards a negotiated settlement.
The deal aims to boost cooperation from conflict early warning to rebuilding and push for a permanent African seat on the United Nations Security Council, addressing what the UN chief calls an intolerable injustice.